Hi everyone, welcome back to Nurse Katherine here. Welcome back to my channel where I strive to mentor, inspire, and educate the next generation of nurses and the current generation of nurses. For those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Katherine and I am a registered nurse currently working in the outpatient setting. I used to be a bedside med-surg nurse and then I transferred to the emergency room, but now recently moving to Atlanta, I have transitioned to the outpatient side of nursing, working with transplant recipient patients and patients who are waiting to get onto the transplant list. With all of that being said, I have thoroughly enjoyed my time working in healthcare, and I think healthcare is such a great opportunity to really help people on the daily basis with your career, and that's one thing I really love about working in healthcare and working just in nursing in general. In healthcare, there are so many options. And with that being said, there are many entry-level positions, but there's so much room for advancement in healthcare. So in today's video, I am going to be talking about the top 5 careers currently in healthcare. Before we get this video started, do not forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that thumbs up button. But other than that, let's get this video started. Okay, so for these top 5 healthcare careers that I'm going to be discussing, these are in no particular order that I'm giving them to you, but the areas that we will be focusing on for these careers will be median annual wage, median hourly wage, the education behind each career, and the biggest one that I think you really need to pay close attention to is the projected growth of that career. So let's start with number 1, and that would be nursing. Remember, this is in no particular order, but I'm a nurse, so I'm just gonna start with nursing. So registered nurse. As of 2019, there were over 3 million jobs held as registered nurses. 3 million, that's wild. So the median hourly wage of those 3 million registered nurses was $35.24. And all of this information is of 2019 from the Bureau of Labor Statistics.gov. So BLS.gov, this is where I'm getting all my information from. So the median annual wage for a registered nurse as of 2019 was $73,300 annually. Now, education, of course, you can have an associate's degree, which is a 2 to 3 year degree, depending where you go. There are maybe some even diploma programs out there. I went to a diploma program, but then there's bachelor's degrees as well. And remember, with nursing, there are a variety of places you can work. You can work in a clinic like I do. You can work in the hospital like I used to. You can work in retirement homes. You can work in manufacturing places. You can work in schools. There are so many places you can work as a nurse, which is why I picked this career. And lastly, education for nursing is huge. You go in as a just basic registered nurse, but then you can expand on that and you can become a nurse practitioner, a nurse educator. You can become a nurse anesthetist, a nurse manager, and the list goes on and on. And lastly, for registered nurses, the projected growth rate is 7%, which is higher than the average. The average is just 4%, so this is 7% projected growth rate, which is great news because there are a lot of jobs that will be available. Now, this next healthcare career that I want to talk about has the highest projected growth rate of all 5 careers that I'm going to be talking about today. So the second one is a physician's assistant, or also known as a PA. So as of 2019, 125,000 jobs were held as PAs, and the median hourly wage was $53.97 as of 2019. The median annual wage was $112,260. And the education you need to become a physician's assistant is a bachelor's, a 4-year degree, and then you need to go to PA school, physician assistant school, and that is 2 to 3 years after you get your bachelor's degree. But the projected growth rate is just through the roof for PAs. So the BLS.gov said the projected growth rate is 31%. 31%. That is so fast compared to the 4% average out there. All right, third, remember in no particular order, would be physicians and surgeons. So employment as of 2019 was 752,400 jobs were held in 2019, and the median hourly wage was greater than or equal to $100 per hour. The median annual wage was $208,000, and then the education behind this would be a bachelor's degree, which is a 4-year degree, followed by medical school, which is another 4 years, and then followed by internships, fellowships, residencies, but those times vary depending on the specialty that you go into. And again, there are a variety of specialties that you can go into as a physician and a surgeon. The projected growth rate for this category is the average, which is 4%. So next, let's go to our fourth one. And these are some of my favorite people that I worked with in the hospital, and that would be occupational therapists. So occupational therapist employment was approximately in 2019 143,300 jobs. Median hourly wage was $40.84 as of 2019. Median annual wage was $84,950 as of 2019. And the education behind occupational therapists is a 4-year degree from a bachelor's degree, which is a 4-year degree, a master's degree, which is 2 to 3 years, and they also said a master's or a doctorate is required since 2007 for an occupational therapist. You can go into various specialties. Again, another huge perk of going into healthcare, which all of these jobs you can go really into different specialties. And the projected growth rate is very high, higher than nursing actually, which is 16%, which is much faster than the average projected growth rate for jobs. And lastly, the fifth healthcare career that is booming here is a speech language pathologist, a SLP for short, and their employment is 162,000 jobs in 2019. The median hourly wage was $38.04. The median annual wage was $79,120. The education behind that is a 4-year bachelor's degree, and then you need a master's degree as well, and that is 2 to 3 years. And the projected growth rate is huge again, and that is 25%. So when you are looking to going into a healthcare field, make sure you're looking at that projected growth rate, because like we all know, so many people are going to college now and then they can't find a job in their field because there are no jobs to be had. And that's what you need to make sure you're looking at when going into healthcare careers, is what is that projected growth rate? How do you know you can get a job after you graduate? Because you might be stuck with those student loans, you might be stuck with these giant bills, and you're not even making enough money to pay off those loans. If that sounds like you, I want you to hear this about my partners over at JUNO. Thousands have already joined JUNO to get lower interest rates on their new student loans. And whether you're an undergraduate student going off to college for the first time or attending medical school to achieve your dream of becoming a physician, make sure to check out JUNO. The free resource is saving folks thousands of dollars every single year. And not to mention, they also have a huge platform of scholarships that you can look into. So maybe you don't actually even have to get that student loan, which I never recommend getting. So make sure you go check out JUNO. There is a link to JUNO in the description below. All right, and that is it for today's video, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Remember, when you are looking to go into the healthcare field, you are looking at that projected growth rate before you even start going to school. All right, have a wonderful weekend, everyone, and I will see you in next week's video.